I don't know what I want to do, but I'm not gonna go to med school. And she was like, but what are you gonna do? I don't know! I said, I don't know!
Welcome back. If you haven't watched part 1 of this interview, stop here and go do that right now. If you have, let's go watch part 2. Yeah, no, that's honestly really good advice. So going back to what we were talking about with your mom, how did you deal with that?
Sorry, I'm gonna...
No, go ahead.
I feel like I'm talking a lot, I know. How did I deal with
your mom? Like when you told her that you didn't want to go to med school anymore, because I know sometimes it's very hard because I'm Nigerian as well. That cultural aspect of telling your parents who sacrificed so much for you that what they want you to do to make sure that you're okay is be that doctor, be that lawyer, and that's because that's all they know. So it's very heartbreaking to tell your parents who sacrificed so much that you're not going to pursue what they've been praying their whole life for.
Can you imagine? I didn't want to do it for so long, and it just got to a point where I just couldn't continue the lies to myself, to everyone else. Like I couldn't continue to live this life that I just knew wasn't for me. I don't even know how, it's like I blocked it out almost, like how it all happened, because I'm just like, I don't even know how I did it. But I mean, I know I went to her and I was like, Mom, it's been 3 years. I was working in the lab for a little bit of that time, then the lab shut down, all these things. My mom was just looking at me, literally watching me like, what's this girl doing? And I just was like, I don't know what I want to do. I had to start off with that because I already knew the question after. So I was like, let me just tell you now, the segue that you want to have, I don't have it. I don't know what I want to do, but I'm not gonna go to med school. And she was like, but what are you gonna do? I said, I don't know. I mean, she was heartbroken, but she did. It's interesting because I just didn't expect her to be calm. I think it's just been it's been 3 years in the house. I feel like she just, at this point, was already guessing. It was already, it was already there, the hints of me not doing it.
Do you feel like parents know their children so well? She knew whether or not you went to med school, you were gonna be okay.
No.
I
don't think so. I think she was like, you're this girl. What are you gonna do? Like, I think at that point she was like, nervous. Yeah, she was. I think she was just like, well, what do you want to do? And I think she always thought that I would still go to med school. Kind of what you said. It's like, so you're still gonna go, right? It's not I was doing this blogging thing. You're still gonna go, right? You're just taking pictures, in the backyard. What are you gonna do? Like it was always this thing of like, you have a biology degree. Use it. Like just go now. It's only 4 years. No, it's like 7. I mean, minimum if you want to do anything. So I was just like, Mom, I'm not gonna do it. And I think it's scary, especially because she's like, is it because I brought this girl to America? That whole thing where it's like, oh, now she thinks she has to be following her passion. Like, what do you mean?
They don't know that.
Our parents were not following. My granddad told my mom, you're gonna be a pharmacist. She didn't even know what a pharmacist was. She literally thought it had something to do with farming, and she always tells the story, and she always thinks it's funny. It's kind of is. That's cute. She literally was like, a pharmacist, okay, pharmacy, but she literally had no idea, and she went in and she did it. And I think she thought that was like the path we were all gonna go on. None of us went into medical school, went into medicine, which is what my older brother was supposed to do, and me.
Same with me, all 4 of us. All of us are supposed to be in healthcare, and my sister and I are the only ones who are in like science. Everybody else is like completely doing their own thing. So.
I think the moment where my mom kind of realized that something was happening with the blogging thing, because even me, I didn't even know what was going on. I was just kind of going with the flow. I really was unsure. I was unsure of what I wanted to do, but I was like, God, I don't know. Like, I literally did not know. I had nothing really to hold on to. I wasn't taking, when they're like, oh, you were taking photos as a kid or something like, something where it's like, oh, maybe explore that. I really didn't know. And so me doing fashion and stuff was just working. It just kept growing. And then my uncle, and I just love him so much because he really helped change the course of my entire life, because I was doing nothing. Imagine I was waiting for my sister to come home from school a lot of the time, especially after I lost my job at the lab. I was just home and I was like, I don't really like working in the lab, so I'm not gonna sit there and apply to 50 billion more labs. Once again, I didn't know you could do consulting or anything else with my degree, so I kind of was just like, a lab, another one, I don't really want to. So I just kind of took a step back, and I'm a hustler though, so there was a time that I was figuring it out. So I would like make wigs for people, or I would like do people's hair, or I would find little things to do. So it wasn't like I was
idle.
I had no structure. I would sleep in, I would do all these things that just really weren't making any sense. And my uncle peeped in and he was like, come to my office. So I went to his office and he was like, you're gonna work for me. And
everybody needs that person.
I was like, work for you? He works in the mortgage field. What? Did you hear me mention anything mortgage in this whole conversation? I'm like, mortgage? which I don't really know, but I knew that he had my best interests at heart.
Of course.
And we framed it in a way, it was like, this is forced structure and nothing else. Come and work for me. You can work part-time. So I would get off at the time I would wake up usually. So I literally would get off at 2 p.m. And it was like, oh, now you can do your YouTube. And he was like, this is my, he didn't understand the field, but he was like, I mean, to me it makes sense. If you do more, you get more. He's like, oh yeah, post on YouTube every day. Post on, I said, wait, oh.
Calm down.
Wait, you don't know this whole thing. It's not every day. He's like, okay, how much? I said, maybe once. He's like, no, twice. And like, he literally is just like, go push yourself past what you think. And if I was sensible enough, I probably would listen to him at that time. But I mean, I was like, once a week, you know.
Would you say he was your mentor?
I would say he was unappointed. He wasn't appointed, but he was.
He wasn't appointed, but of course
he was my mentor. Because nowadays it's like, oh, will you be my mentor? Ah, no. He came in and he just
did what he
just came in there and was like, this is what you're gonna do, and you just need that person. So sometimes if you lack accountability, because I really was accountable to only myself, and I was like, as long as I got enough to figure out what I need, I was good. But he was like, no, we want you to be successful, not just coasting.
Of course.
And so I worked for him, but I realized it wasn't for me. But we had a deal. And the deal was, before I can leave the job, I had to be making, and I can't even remember the amount, I just knew it sounded crazy to me. Let's just say $2,000 a month from just my social media stuff. At the time, when I didn't even know what was going on, when people would come and be giving me $150, I was like, how many things do I have to do to make that a month? And he was like, if you don't make it every single month, for 3 months,
you can't leave.
You can't leave. Which is just showing consistency in the pay. And I was like, oh, okay, great. I was like, you know what? It's fine, I'll do it. I was there for 8 months. I was still there 8 months later, and I was looking at myself, because what would happen is I started to pick up. And I would get, one time I got 3,000. I was like, but he's like, it must be 2,000 minimum each month. So it doesn't mean you don't get to spill over that extra 1,000 or anything.
The next month has to still be.
And the next month 150 or something. Start from zero.
So start all over again.
And then again, I will get, at one time I got this, my biggest deal ever, 5,000. I was like, next month 10 or something stupid, nothing. And I was like, what is this? I can't even, I don't even know. And I just couldn't figure it out. So then, you have to find because me, I was just like, I don't want to be here, and I don't know how to do this consistent money thing, so let's figure it out. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a real estate agent. I used to watch HGTV all the time, and I was like, you know what, I can do it. I feel like I can do it. I feel like, I'll gather all my friends, and you know, we were just getting to the age where people are starting to buy houses or rent. You know, I was like, I can figure this out. And so I just quickly ran. I literally studied for like max 2 weeks, and I took the real estate exam and I passed it. I was like,
that's amazing. Because
I was like, let's do it now.
I haven't even passed classes, so.
Did you try to do
the California one. I tried. It was just too much work though. I had other things going on.
I mean, that was all I was doing. I was like, we will learn this. I was like, real estate. I was like, this is what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a real estate agent. And so he put me in contact. After I graduated, he had a friend in Keller Williams. He was like, you're gonna work on this team. And the reason why he wanted me to work on a team versus, because you could just be but once again, no accountability. And he's like, you haven't.
Your uncle knew what was best.
He was like, you need accountability. Now, anyone knows real estate. It's like, you're not just gonna get money right out the gate. No. You need to build a clientele. Even if you find a person as soon as you get your license, it's still gonna take you maybe a month to get any money, because you have to find a house, you have to get them, you know, the mortgage, all that stuff. It takes time. So I was like, okay, you know what? By this time, my followers, I was at like 65K or something. The only reason why I know this is because it was part of my selling point to the team to take me on. Because I was like, I have all these followers, I think we can really leverage them. Like I think we can really make this work. And I was like, the demographic is from. I was so excited. I was excited. So I was like, 18. I was like 18 to 35. That's the prime, you know, job. We can. So anyway, so I remember it was like 65. So it was 65, 70. It was somewhere around there. And so they were like, oh yeah, they were really excited. So as I got in, I said, okay, my follower, I have about 65 to 70K. I really need to take this seriously. Like my uncle was saying, so I need to take it seriously. So I honestly was like, God, I know that I cannot take on real estate full time and do the best job, like be the best real estate agent. The one that I want to be in my head, the one that's doing all the things in HGTV. I want that job. So I can take influencing and being it wasn't even called influencing at the time, but you know, social media take it very seriously as well. I was like, one of these is gonna be the way. I was like, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I do know that this real estate is not gonna make me money for a minute. So this one is surefire money. Let me at least see. But I was like, God, you gotta give me a time. You gotta figure this out. And so then the thing just popped into my head to just hit up all the companies that I'd worked with, you know, all those small little bits, and I was like, email them and pitch them to give a 3-month contract. So at least one video a month for 3 months. I was like, that would give me enough time to build up my clientele in real estate and then go. That was my plan. I was like, you know, just hit them all up. Maybe 1 or 2, give you some money. All of them. Every single one of them said yes. Of course, I was not.
Yourself, of course.
I was not expecting reason to ask because it was supposed to be a side thing to do the real estate.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that was a sign.
And I was like, is this a sign? That wasn't it.
Oh.
All of a sudden, that was enough already because I wouldn't be able to do that and still, you know, really focus on real estate. On top of it, I got an offer in Toronto to come speak. Speak? Speak for what? Speak and say what? I was like, okay, that's fine too. On top of that, I got an offer to go to Nigeria for a conference and speak as well.
Those were the times.
I was like, okay, all of those things combined was just like, and it was like in the span of 1 week. Right after I just done this prayer of like, I need a sign because I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like, God was like, okay, do this. And I was thinking, I was like, I still have my real estate license now. I still have it. It's gonna be fine. But one thing I really felt bad was I felt like I had really just let down the team. That I just sold like the dreams to because they were like so excited. But I couldn't let that stop me from doing what I felt God was telling me to do as well. Because it was also like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like that's what I felt God was saying. So I had to let them know. As soon as I let them know, they just shut down all my passwords. But I mean, it's fine. But it's not, it was too much privy information, so I guess. But I was like, damn, but I got it. I understand it's business and it's just unfortunate. But yeah, I that was the moment that I knew that this was real and I went full time.
There's one more part to this interview and I hope you'll come back next Tuesday to hear the rest of Kiitana's story. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you know when it gets uploaded. Until next Tuesday, bye guys.